Welcome back to the CBA Digital Network. My name is Nicholas Harari, and alongside me is Frank Gio and Ada McMenemy. Today we are going to be doing CBA Game Day for the NFL Divisional round of the playoffs. A lot of good games in store. We're starting off with the Texans versus the Chiefs. Frank, what do you got?
Give me the Chiefs in this one. The Chiefs, they've been so successful these last 7-8 seasons or so. You know, they won the division every year. Mahomes has just been leading them to close victories all season long. But I think that when it comes to the playoffs, this is a whole different animal in Kansas City here. Texans going on the road without two of their top 3 receivers. I think that this isn't going to be a close one.
And then I'm going to have to take the Chiefs as well. I think going into Arrowhead is a very tall task, especially in playoff environment. And I think Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes have looked so good this season. I think the Chiefs are the obvious pick.
Yeah, I'm also going to go with the Chiefs here. I mean, the Chiefs are 15-2, and you don't see many teams come to Arrowhead and knock off the Chiefs. I just think they're so dominant, and although their games haven't been won by that much, they find a way to win games, and Mahomes is going to find a way to do that in the playoffs. So give me the Chiefs here. Next up, the Bills versus the Ravens, game of the week. Aiden, we'll start with you. What do you got?
So I'm going to go with the Bills, home team, home advantage, being at their stadium in Buffalo. And I think even though the Ravens did beat them early on in the season, I think they have been just dominant. Looking back to that Denver game last week, they put on a dominant performance. Josh Allen has been so good this season. I think that the Bills are going to take it.
I'm also going to have to go with Buffalo. I think it's mainly like a home field advantage thing for me. I think that the Ravens have been very impressive this year, but I think Zay Flowers, missing him is going to be a big deal for them because he's been their best receiver by far. And I think that just Buffalo in that environment, I think they're just going to be tough to beat.
All right, buckle up. Give me the Ravens.
All right,
I think the Ravens are going to come out on top. I think this is going to be a game of the century. I think it's going to be a high-scoring affair in Buffalo, and I'm excited for this one. I mean, I think that Derrick Henry, he looked so dominant last week. I think he's just going to continue that dominance into this week. And Lamar Jackson, I just don't see the Ravens falling off here, although they have had problems in the playoffs in the past year. I mean, I think that's a later story for the AFC Championship, but I do think they will go to Buffalo and get the victory, upset the Bills in their home stadium. Give me the Ravens. Next, going into the NFC, we have the Eagles versus the Rams. Frank, what do you got?
This is the toughest one for me, I feel like, because I think that the Rams, they just have everything like you want to see in a team that can pull off an upset like this. Because the Eagles, they've been so good this year. They got the #1 defense. They got Saquon Barkley. Could have broken the record. So, I mean, I think it's just going to be a really close game back and forth. But overall, I think the Eagles are going to be too much to handle in this one.
And then, so I agree with Frank. The Eagles, they've been really good this season. They've been really solid. Saquon Barkley has been, their top rusher all year. He almost broke the record, as Frank said. The Rams do have key pieces from their last Super Bowl win in the past couple of years ago. But I think that the Eagles are gonna pull one out and beat the Rams.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. I had the Rams winning last week against the Vikings. A lot of people doubted me on that, but I just had a feeling the Rams have a really underrated squad, and I know they have a 10-7 record, but that does not at all show what the team is. I think they're going to pull off an upset against the Eagles at Eagle Stadium. I mean, I just think the Rams are a really well-rounded roster overall, and don't get me wrong, the Eagles have a great roster, flashy, a lot of really good guys, but I think the Rams are going to put a halt. Stafford has been battle-tested throughout his career, and I think the Rams are going to be off to the championship, and I think it's going to shock everyone, but give me the Rams. And finally, last game for the NFC, the Lions versus the Commanders. Commanders we didn't expect to be here. They upset the Bucs. Start off with you, Ian. What do you think?
So, you got a rookie quarterback going against Jared Goff. Jayden Daniels has looked great this season. He's done things that nobody expected him to do as the #2 overall pick going into Washington. Kind of like a rebuilding team, you would think, at the start of the season. But the Lions have just been so dominant. Even losing Aiden Hutchinson at the start of the season, they've just been dominant. So I'm going to go with the Lions.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with that. I think that the Lions they're too good to be denied, especially at home against a team with a rookie QB. I think the Commanders, very much like the Texans last year, a good season to get them back on track. They made huge strides, 12-5 season. No one expected them to be here, but they are, and you got to give them credit for that. Knocking off the Bucks too, that wasn't easy, but I think that the Lions are just up there in the NFC. I think they've established themselves in these last few years, and I think they're going to take care of business at home.
Yeah, I mean, and I always like to play devil's advocate, but I don't think I can for this one. The Lions are just such a good roster. Dan Campbell's such a good coach for the Lions, and I think he's going to take them to the NFC Championship. I mean, the Lions have been really, really great all season. And honestly, as a Giants fan, I'm rooting for the Lions. I want to see Detroit get a victory, maybe even a Super Bowl championship, their first. So I'm going to take the Lions here in a dominant victory over the Commanders. So overall, have all of our picks in. It's going to be a fun and exciting NFL divisional round weekend. We will see you back next week for the NFC and AFC Championship. We will see you next time.